Hey everyone, welcome to my video. And for today's agenda, like I talked about yesterday, I'm working on my 240SX, and it's and I'll go over what I've done to it so far. I've been working on this car for about a year, on and off. Um, Now, if I put all my time into it, I would have the car running pretty fast. But I work on it from here, then I'll work on it there. So yeah. Um, but today, what I am doing is I'm going to do the carpet. I've customly done the carpet, and then I'm going to figure out what's wrong with the starter. Um, Before I installed the starter, it we took it down to the parts store. They tested it. It came back just perfect. So I want to say I have a ground issue. It's just clicking. It's not wanting to turn over, but the motor is free. I can turn it over by hand. So we'll get in there and figure that out. So right here is my 240SX. Um, yeah, the fender's damaged on it. I really don't care because I'm eventually going to be buying Duraflex fenders for it. And there's a body kit going to go on this car whenever I'm done with it. But what I have done was, first off, let me go over the car itself. The car, I bought it for $600 when I lived up in OKC, and I had a convertible purple 240SX. Well, I got T-boned in that one, so I hit it pretty hard, so the car was trashed. So I ripped everything I had out of it: motor, transmission, drivetrain, everything, and stuck it on this car. So right now, it has 18-inch FN rims on it. They're going to be powder coated, so I don't care. The chrome's coming off of them. The back end, since the car's been lowered 3 inches on just lowering springs, I don't have coilovers. I do not have the money for coilovers, and I'm not getting cheap ones at all. Get under here. This, the car has a snap turtle shell right there, but has a full exhaust coming all the way from the turbo back, and I got tubular adjustable rear suspension to compensate for lowering it. The tail lights are aftermarket smoke tail lights. I did not spray them, they came like that. The hood is my purple one. I cut the vents in them. They look pretty good to me, so I like them. I gotta go back and weld mesh wiring through it and clean up my cut so there's not sharp metal there. The hood was done before I got it. So let me lay my hood all the way back. There we go. So the motor is a Cadet motor, C18 DET, straight from Japan. I got a GTR turbo on it from an R33, I think. Take the bag off because it was raining the other day. But yeah, I do plan on changing the turbo out to a 63 millimeter trim. I can get one from Enjuka Racing for like $400. I'm gonna go with that because I'm not going to use this as a pure race car. It's going to be my daily driver. But for the harness, I used a wiring specialist. I used a wiring specialist wiring the connects from the ECU to the engine. So what happened is I can plug into the 240SX stock harness that came from or over in the US, but it has the plug-ins to plug into the Cadet motor without changing any plugs. So that's what's awesome, and it cost, I think, $300. I got it here a couple years ago. The only thing I'm not 100% is going to work is this compressor. One is kind of junked already, but it clicked, so I'm going to go with it. But I'm using, that's the Cadet's compressor. So I have two S13's AC lines, and the AC is complete in here besides the compressor. So I don't know, it's not really bolting up, so what I'm going to attempt to do is go get a S13 or S14's compressor and see if I can make a bracket to fit on that, because it does not bolt onto the side of the motor like this compressor would. If there is any guys out there that are running ACs on their 240s, please let me know. So I do have an eBay turbo header offer, turbo manifold for a top mount, because I just don't got the motor or the money for a cadet exhaust piping, because we just don't have them in the US, and when I do find them, they're stupid expensive. I mean, yeah, I would love to have the money, I just don't. But I do have some of the wiring for the 240. It's a mess right now. That's just a jump wire. My ground, I did have a ground going from here to the block, or to the body. I have a better ground that has a little bit bigger wires, and there's actually 2 of them coming off. So I will attempt to do that. Besides that, I got a couple water lines on here to fix, and see which oil lines I do need to. So what's awesome is, since this was a turbo edition motor, the oil pan or the oil lines for the turbo is already on the motor, so it's awesome. Your normal cadet motors that were over here in the US did not have a turbo to them, so nothing was plumbed for the turbo. But a little trick, little idea, if anybody has a cadet motor in their 240 or in any other car, when you go to the parts store, they will not have nothing for the 200 SX turbo edition. Go look up an 80s model Pulsar 1.8 liter. Everything bolts onto this thing from that engine, because this is basically the same engine, just one has a turbo and one doesn't. And I'm pretty sure the internals are a little stronger. But as far as the internals in here, I do have the stock motor internals, except for like bearings and pistons. But everything else is stock on this. The pistons, excuse me if I don't say this right, but I got Wisco, WISCO. They're 83 millimeter stock pistons, and I took the block down, and they've cleaned it up, and they gapped my pistons for me, so they did everything for me that I wanted to. It's awesome. Great work I had done to it. But the clutch that's in it is a stage 2 Exetti clutch, and I'm going to be putting a short shifter in this. And I have, like I said, I have a list of parts I want to do. I gotta go get the intercooler. As y'all can tell, I don't have an intercooler, but I do have the holes for a front mount intercooler to go through here, and I believe I have enough room in there for a smaller intercooler, because I'm not running no crazy boost through this thing. I'm running a run in the neighborhood about 12 to 14 pounds. So last time I had power hooked up to this thing, my pop-up headlights did not work. So hopefully it's just something's loose on them. And this car was drifted, I'm pretty sure, just because when we walk onto this other side, yeah, I gotta come back and fix it, because y'all see this huge gap right here, and of course the rust. So I'll go through here and fix all this. And I'm happy that I got one without a spoiler on it, because I want to put my own spoiler on here, so I won't have no holes to deal with. And I don't have a sunroof. Love it, because I was always told that they leaked. So now this side's locked. So let me go to the other side. It's gonna pop. Let me lift this out. There we go. So I can open this door fully. So right here, as y'all can tell, this is still a working project. I fiberglass this dash. I don't like it. One, I chipped it when I was putting seats in here. Two, it's starting to crack from the heat. So I think there's a company online that has them. Has dashes on it, so looking at that, and when I get it in, we'll see how that works. But right now, I got a Momo steering wheel that came with this green car. This detachable steering column or release came with it. This looks like an eBay edition. There's no name on it. The Momo has seen better days, so new steering wheel's going on. This is a shifter that I made. It'll screw all the way down. For anybody that's a little older, around my age, maybe a little bit more, y'all gonna recognize this gun. As you see, it says Nintendo. I went through and I gutted the whole thing, so there's no weights in it. Then I went through the barrel and stuck JB Weld in there. But then I wrapped the threads with tape, not tape, like a wrap or something like that. I forgot what it is you use to cook with it. But wrapped the the threads on it, and then I went through and I started threading the gun on there while the JB Weld was still not dried or nothing. So it's still workable. So then I let it dry and I started unthreading it and I got threads on it. Awesome. I tried it on the first try. Worked perfect. So that's going to be my shifter. And as you can tell, it works great. And it just popped on me, so I said that. Oh no, it's good. So there's my center console. I'm trying to keep this car full interior. I still got to do my headliner. It's the suede. I think the glue came undone, so I'll figure that out. Then I got to get a B-pillar trim, and that's the only trim I really need besides door panels. I basically got everything else besides the little trinkets like the vents and some of the switches that go on the side here. So let me get the carpet out. I'll get one side out. Here is what my carpet's going to be. And I've got mixed people on it. Some of my friends say this thing looks awesome, and other ones ask why the hell am I doing it. And seriously, it's like, why not? I kind of like it. I like the whole Hoonigans look, and I thought this kind of looks close to them, because I've seen some, they're like kind of spacey like this. So that is what the carpet's going to be. And what I've done with the floor, it's behind it. You can see the sun of it. It's sound deadened. So I got that going through there along with the original mat that's part of the car. So I should be able to do this. And this is a fabric that if grass or anything gets on it, it's not going to get stuck in it. It's going to be able to come off real easy. Just vacuum it off. That's the main thing I was looking for. So, do I got anything? Oh, yes, I do. I have the can of glue I'm using today. What I'm using is the 3M. Let the phone zoom. There we go. You can read what it says. Hang on. There we go. This is a 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive. Says it does 70 square feet. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use all this, but it's supposed to be able to do quick dry, clear, and commercial strength. So it does foil, foam, paper, metal, plastic, fabric, cardboard, and insulation. So this should do the job. We'll see by the end of this video if it works. So, and if anybody is just curious about the color's going to stay the same. I'm just going to sand it down because whoever painted this has not done a good job, because that's dull and then here's clear. When I do wash it, it does shine pretty good. There's pictures on my Instagram about it. But as you can tell, the clear coat is coming off. So once I get a body kit and everything for this car, I'll repaint the whole car back to the same color it is. As y'all can tell by the doors, it used to be a red car, but yeah. And actually, look in the door jambs, there's what color it is. Really nice. But I'll go through here and take all the gaskets off and actually strip it down to where it should be when you paint it, and just respray the car, sand it down, just where I can respray the same color, and then we'll put some flakes in it and clear it. So, but I will show you the only rust I have in this car is, oh, here's all my parts I got. Let's see if I can get some of this stuff out. I got just a little bit of surface rust right down there. Nothing is poking through. I cannot shove a screwdriver through it. So I'm going to take a wire brush or a little sandblaster and just sand it down, blast it, and then primer it and then paint it. I'm going to paint all this in a rubberized coating, so when I do put my system back here, it's not going to rattle a lot. And the kind of system I'm talking about, everybody owns a 240, especially a coupe. You know, we got some room back there. I'm going to put 2 tins. They're kind of facing, kind of slanted down, and the amp goes right in the middle. So, do that. And then I'm going to use the stock speaker mounts to put new speakers in there. So, yeah. So, and let's go ahead and get this out. And actually, let me do this where y'all can watch it. Watch me get everything out. Okay, I got the carpet finished in here, and no, it's not perfect by no means, but hey, this is gonna be a daily driver, so I don't care. Now, the glue is still drying, but in the main area where feet are gonna go, I don't have really many ripples in here. I might have a couple I can smooth out, but I snapped in my interior for what I do have. Those are right there. This goes into the ECU, and I just let the ECU is programmed in this tune type 1, and this goes into the 240SX stock body harness. This is what I was talking about with the harness. This plug into the 240. You don't have to redo all those wires. That goes in the ECU, goes out into the engine. So turnkey start, and look at that crack. Yeah, I'm getting a new dash. Screw it. But go back to the carpet. The carpet's done. It does not look pretty underneath the stuff, but hey, it's glued. It's not coming up. And you see this big ripple right here? The seat's going to be covering that up. And those seats are going to be close to that, so you're not going to notice it. You're not even going to notice that little bit of heat deflector and sound deadener poking through there. That's what I'm saying. It's not perfect, but I can live with it perfectly fine. Let's go to the other side. Same way. Not perfect, but where the ripples are, it's going to be hidden by the seat. So, the trim's holding everything in while everything's drying. So once it's fully dried, this stuff is going to hook. There's some places already dried, and I'm sure you can pull it up if you wanted to, but it's tough. It's really good. I mean, I definitely am a fan of this 3M product, and I'll show you all the can one more time. It's called 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive. Got anything fabric release, that stuff's going to work. Just let it dry, and you're not going to be able to pull it up just by normal wear and just not normal pulling. You're going to have to really pull hard and get that stuff up. But hey, I'm happy with the way it came out. Okay, so I hope y'all like this video, and I hope this will inspire y'all to just get out there and just do something. Doesn't matter if you think you can and cannot. Just have confidence in yourself, and I'm pretty sure y'all can get it done. This was a pretty easy task that I did, and trust me, I'm no fabric guy. I don't know nothing when it comes to sewing, doing anything, and if I could do that, I'm sure y'all can too. So you just gotta just put your mind to it. So hey, if y'all can, you guys like this video, give a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, turn the notification bell on so when I upload a video, you'll be notified. And I'll see you on the next one. Y'all stay safe.